Tim Vader. You know what really ticks me off? When a perfectly good gaming company comes out with a really good video game, but no one ever talks about it. The perfect example is one of my favorite games of all time, Zombies Ate My Neighbors for the Super Nintendo. I made this video not only to review a classic video game from my childhood, but also to spread the word of an awesome SNES title that, surprisingly, not that many people have heard about or ever played. Let's take a look. Zombies Ate My Neighbors, or ZAMN as I like to call it, is a run-and-gun style action game for the Super Nintendo. The players take on the role of the two characters, Zeke and Julie, as they attempt to stop the evil Dr. Tongue and his army of monsters from taking over the world. Despite the game's namesake, zombies, featuring prominently in the game, you'll also be fighting off dozens of other monsters, such as werewolves, Martians, and even chainsaw-wielding serial killers. Basically, if it was in a horror movie, you'll be fighting it in Zombies Ate My Neighbors. The game starts off having 10 victims per level. You have to rescue these victims from the monsters. If you let the monsters eat the victims, then they won't show up in the next level. If you lose all the victims, or lose all your lives, you lose the game. So what will you be defending yourself and your neighbors with? Well, the first weapon you get in the game is a water gun. And that may sound goofy at first, but it's nothing compared to the other wacky weapons you'll find throughout the game, such as the weed whacker, soda bombs, fire extinguisher, and popsicles. Yeah, I don't know either. Another cool thing about the game is that each monster is weak against a certain weapon, and it's up to you to find out which monsters are weak against which weapons. For instance, werewolves are weak against silver, so they'll die instantly if you throw silverware at them. But some weaknesses are a little less obvious and a little more obscure. Take for example these evil axe-wielding baby dolls. If I throw cans of soda at them, they'll burst into flame. While on fire, they can be put out easily and then killed. There are also several power-ups and support items that you can pick up throughout the game, like these tennis shoes that make you run faster, or these potions that turn you into an invincible, hairy purple monster. However, this does cause a problem. Because there's no item menu or weapon menu to pause to, you have to cycle through all your weapons and items in real time, with all the monsters still chasing after you and your neighbors. But in my opinion, this is more of a challenge than an actual flaw in gameplay. You just gotta really make sure you know what weapon you need, and you gotta make sure not to skip over it once you get to it, or else you gotta cycle all the way back through your items. The only real problem with ZAMN is that it's a password-based game, and there's no save function. Once you enter your password, you'll get to that certain level alright, but you won't have any of the weapons or items you've collected from a previous game, which means you have to collect all your items from scratch, and that's no easy task, especially when you're 20 or so levels into the game. And that's another thing, the difficulty gets ramped up pretty quick, so bring your game or prepare to face your doom. The difficulty, coupled with the inability to save progress, makes this game incredibly difficult to beat. I've heard that the only real way to beat this game is to start from level 1, collect all your weapons and items, and then play the entire game from beginning to end. That's ridiculous! You want to know how many levels are in this game? 48, and that's not including bonus levels. I hold nothing but the highest respect for people who have actually seen this whole game through from beginning to end. They deserve medals. The last thing I'll say about this game is that, well, it's not scary, well, what's the word I'm looking for? Intense. Yeah, that's it. It's intense. Really intense. Don't believe me? Put yourself in my shoes. Imagine that you're me when I was 10 years old. It's the middle of the night, you're in a dark room by yourself, the only light is from the flickering TV screen. And what are you playing? Zombies Ate My Neighbors. All of a sudden, this level comes up. Level 4. Chainsaw Hedge Maze Mayhem. Oh, that's some creepy music, right? Huh. Well, let's see what's over here. Wonder what's over here. Just save this guy over here. What?! I gotta get away. I gotta get away. There's 2 of them?! There's 3 of them?! How many Jasons are there? Yeah, that's how this game is from now on, kid. You're being chased by multiple chainsaw-wielding Jasons through a hedge maze, and you have to make it out alive and save 10 different people. Happy freaking Halloween, little Timmy. Now be a man and punch that giant baby in the face! Despite the glaring flaw of not having a save function, ZAMN is still a really great game. In fact, it's more than a game. It's an experience. It's a spooky, wacky, and bizarre trip from beginning to end. It's such an original idea, too. I mean, what other video games allow you to buzz through zombies with a weed whacker in the middle of a shopping mall? Well, okay, yeah. But did Dead Rising have a giant mutant baby? Yeah, I didn't think so. In any case, Zombies Ate My Neighbors gets 2 big thumbs up. If you still have a Super Nintendo and seriously haven't played this game yet, do yourself a favor and head over to eBay and order yourself one of these bad boys. You will not be disappointed. I'm Tim Vader. Now I'll see you later.